Do you have the strength to say no and to free up time and space in your life? I want to talk a little bit today about recently how I said no to something that was really hard to say no to, but why that is so much better for me. I know that we have a lot of people around us that want something from us. We have responsibilities, of course, in our jobs, in our daily lives, in our families. Our kids need us, our spouses need us, our colleagues need us, and we have so much stuff that we always have on our plate, and we get asked, can you help me with this, and can you do that? And it almost seems like whenever we have this huge mountain in front of us, and then we even get it worked off, and we feel like so light when we actually get things worked off, and we're like, I got it off my plate and I got everything done, and I've been crazy lately and I'm just running 1,000 miles an hour, but I've actually finally got it done. That time when you have like everything off your plate, doesn't that feel so freeing and so amazing? It feels like the clutter is out of your mind, and it's like you can live your life and breathe and just stop for a minute. But it never lasts long, right? It just starts again, usually just even a few days after that. Even financially, sometimes we feel like, finally I paid all the bills, I'm caught up, but then the next day more bills come in. Really, I think it's so important to think more minimalistic when it comes to your life. I'm not a minimalist in the sense of the word that I have very, very, very little stuff. But I do try to think about, do I really need that? Here's the deal. I ask myself each and every decision that I make, when I get asked, when I get an opportunity, I don't really see it as an opportunity that's never going to return again. I'm really asking myself, is this opportunity, is this thing that I might be able to do, is this really in line with my values? Is this really in line with my long-term goal of where I want my life to end up? Where do I want to go? And if it's not, I don't have a problem to say no, and I feel good about it. Sometimes when you get a call and someone asks you about like, oh, can you do this or that? And like your physical reaction of your body is instantly like, oh, something else I have to do. But then you're like, I can't say no. And then you say, yeah, okay. And then it's too late. You just can't really even take it back anymore. And then you hang up and you feel like, what did I just get myself into? I know you've experienced the same thing. If it was really truly a life-changing opportunity, you would feel energized and great, right? So let me just tell you something recently. Now just let me tell you that in the past few years, I have said no to many things. One big thing that I said no to was being in opera theater. I had the chance to have a really good career in opera theater. It was very promising, and I was told by many people, like, you're so talented, and if you just really went on, you could be so awesome and you could be world famous as an opera singer. I did not want to pursue that. I actually made the decision to quit because it didn't make me happy. The music made me happy, but everything that was involved around it, I knew I was going to have family one day. I wanted to, and it didn't make me happy to be in a production that required me to run around half naked and smear blood all over me and then not be able to speak up and say anything or voice my opinion. I suffered on the inside. So I have never regretted it, and it was the best thing in my life, really. I love my personal freedom and living according to my own values. Another thing that I gave up is, like, for 6 years, I built up the Musical Academy in Tübingen, which put on a big musical theater show every year, put it on stage. I was the musical director, I was the stage director, I was a choreographer, I did acting training for the singers, I did the choruses, I did everything. I organized it, I was responsible for like everything in the world you could imagine. I really loved doing it. But when I became a mom and my daughter came along, I had to really reevaluate. So whenever I went to the rehearsals, I had my daughter strapped to me in the carrier, and it just created a lot of restlessness. Although I really loved directing everything, I realized that I needed to change something in my life because it was not really great for my daughter. I hauled her all over the place late at night and I just didn't feel right about it. And the cool thing is that I was able to actually hand the musical academy off to someone who we got into the boat a little earlier. He was a choreographer and he was so great at doing everything. So I just handed it off to him and he did a wonderful job. It is still running today. They're very successful. So it's really great for me to know that it was my baby, but now it grew up and it can walk on its own and I don't have to be in there anymore. I'm not a control freak, so it's okay to let go sometimes. So let's talk about what I recently let go and I said no to. And I freed up so much space inside and I'm really happy that I did. I was asked to sing as an artist, as a performer on a cruise. 3 weeks Iceland, plus my family could have come. That would be totally awesome, but I said no because it doesn't align with what I want to do next year. I want to really focus more on family next year and I decided not to do any big trips or travel a lot next year. And you know what? It didn't feel bad at all. I have already seen the whole world and I'm going to show you a little bit of the footage of my travels. These are all kind of pictures that I took on my cruises when I was on the ships a few years ago. I actually went to see the whole world and I feel like I already did that chapter of my life. And now it's not that time in my life where I want to focus on traveling all over the world and having those adventures. I've done that. And next year in 2019, my motto is simplify. That is my motto. I'm going to simplify all areas of my life. I'm just going to get leaner, not physically speaking, although I'm working out every day too, but I'm going to just make my life simpler by less clutter in my mind, less clutter in my house, less clutter as far as what I have to do and all the different projects. I want to do more bigger things that really matter to me, that really align with what I want to do in life. So it was not hard to say no to the big cruise. And I feel really good about it. I next year will be traveling with my daughter just around here, Germany, Austria, just close, just wherever we can go with our car, I will go. And I want to produce my album. I will publish my book, which is about to be published in January, it will be. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. And that's what's really important. I have a 5-year goal. I have like a 5-year goal. And then I kind of break it down into smaller goals. So I want to challenge you today. What can you say no to? I give you a piece of advice. The moment when someone asks you to do something or you have to decide if you want to take on something or not, listen to your body. I think your body really tells you something. If you get this slight cringy feeling of like, maybe something else I have to do, really, don't say yes. At least don't say yes right away. Maybe you can just tell someone, well, let me think about it. And then really think about it. Take your time. Don't say yes quickly. Take your time and ask yourself, does that align with where I really want to go in the next few years or in my life in general? Maybe you can do this at another time. Maybe you can just don't have to do it right now. And you know what? Believe me, people's feelings are not hurt as much as you think they may be if you say no. People understand that you have your own life, your own agenda, and I want you to live your life on your own agenda so much more and not constantly only live for someone else's agenda, okay? I want to challenge you in 2019. Make it simple. Simplify your life and ask yourself, what can I do without? What can I say no to? Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and I hope you'll be back soon. Subscribe if you have not and give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. Have a great day. See you.